happening with your TripleF fam? It's your boy TripleFStackz in the flesh. Yes, sir. Flex for them folks. Flex for them folks. And today, man, I'm going to kick off things a little differently, man. Give y'all some content that y'all are not used to on this channel, man. And I'm going to just talk about some real shit, man. Dealing with people that I feel like a lot of y'all are going to be able to relate to and probably have felt about somebody. So, you know, I'm going to speak on it, you know, relationships and dealing with people in the world. And I would love y'all feedback. So, you know, get in that comment section. Let me know how you feel about what I'm saying. And just let me know if I'm spitting some real stuff that you can relate to. So, to begin the discussion, man, a lot of times with relationships, people's biggest misconception is the understanding of the relationship. A relationship can only be successful if both parties understand the other person. The reason why I say that is because once you understand how that person is and the type of person that you're dealing with, it's easy to determine whether or not a relationship will be successful or not. The biggest misconception about relationships that I fell victim to is the fact that you feel like through time people gonna change for you because of the fact that they love you or they care about you. And this is friends, family, loved ones, lovers, whatever. It's all the same, man. All right? That's the biggest misconception. I'm here to tell you today that is not true. People are not going to change for you. They're not going to change off the strength of them loving you or them caring about you. If they're not willing to change for themselves, they're not going to change for you. So I feel like a lot of times when people feel like a person's not treating them the same in a relationship in the way that they treat that person, their feelings get hurt. They're upset. They don't understand. They're like, how can somebody that I treat in such a high manner treat me like I don't mean nothing to them? And it's not the fact that they may not love you. It's the fact that they love themselves more. And it's the fact that they are for themselves and they're not willing to change for you. That's what you need to understand. That's what you need to get into your head and wrap around your brain. They are not willing to change for you. Right? That's the first step. Understanding that most of the people in the world that you will come across are not willing to change for you, no matter how much they say they love you. And if they do, just know that's a real one and you need to keep them with you regardless. Because the people who are really there for you are going to be there for you regardless, through the good times and the bad. That's another point that you got to look out for. Don't determine how a person is through the good times and how they feel through the good times. Determine how a person is through the bad times. That's when you really know who you're dealing with, through the bad times, not the good. Understand, somebody's going to show you their true nature when you're going through it. When they're going through it, they're going to show their true colors. And if you feel like through time of y'all being around each other and through time of y'all knowing each other that it's going to change because of the respect that y'all have for one another, you're fooling yourself. That's rare that happens. The people who change themselves for other people because they care about that other person are usually ones who end up hurt. Hurt people hurt people. And you got to understand that sometimes people are going through something internally to where they're so messed up in the head that they don't know how to be there for somebody else. You can't fault them. Some people just aren't capable of being there for others. They just know how to be there for themselves. Everyone is expendable to somebody. Don't ever get in a place of comfort where you feel like that person will never drop you or never leave you behind, because that's the farthest from the case, if you believe that. Once you stop becoming convenient to somebody, or once you stop benefiting somebody in their life, I guarantee you will see just how expendable you are to that person. You got to understand, people love people for what they provide for them in the moment. People love their favorite artists for the music that they give off, the vibes they give off through their music. They love them for that. They love the lifestyle that the artist portrayed to live. They love all of that. That's why people are so infatuated with successful people, because they love the lifestyle, they love the benefits that that person can provide, and they want to be a part of that. But when you're going through it, when you're dealing with a lot of things, you'll realize that a lot of people aren't going to be there for you. Why? Because nobody wants to be there when you're down. They just want to be there when you're up. They want to be there when you are your best self, not your worst self. And for the people who are there for you when you're your worst self, those are true, genuine, special people in this world. And the world needs more of them, because there's not a lot in the world. At least I've experienced. So you got to understand that people are in love with more of what you can do for them, how you make them feel, than your actual self. No one likes you because of how you feel about you, or just you being yourself. People love you based on how you can help them be better for themselves. And this is not the cases for everyone, but I'm just telling you, a lot of times this is the case. People will love you more for what you provide for them and the things that you bring into their life and the way that you make them feel, more than just your actual self. And you'll realize that when you can no longer provide what you've been providing for that person any longer. When that person no longer feels like you are valuing them in their life, like you're no longer valuable to them in their life, they're gonna move on. They're gonna want to move on. They're gonna want to do their own thing because they feel like that's what's best for them. They feel like where they want to go in life, you cannot help them with. And that's totally understandable. You know, we all want to go somewhere in life. We all want to be successful, and everybody has their different paths of success. And some people feel like if you can't get them to where they want to go, then you're not somebody that they need necessarily in their life. And that's understandable, because you have to cut some people off in order to be your best self. That's the truth. But at the same time, I feel like people take that and they abuse that to cut off people who were genuine to them, and make up an excuse like, well, I need to just do what's best for me, and you're not helping me get there. See, these be the type of people who, when you are getting yourself together and when you've gotten yourself together, they're going to be the same people who come back in your life wanting to support you and be there for you. But they didn't want to do that when you weren't being your best self. They didn't want to provide that same service. So you got to ask yourself, how genuine are people in this world? Do people really love you for you, or do they love you for what you do? You got to understand that in this world, no one feels obligated to you. Only you need to feel obligated to you. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the person who has your back the most and has your best interests at heart. No one else will. And the moment that you start trying to live life for other people and to make other people happy is the moment that you are going to get dragged down by them same people you're trying to impress, that you're trying to make happy. Make yourself happy before anything, and I promise you, you will have way less things to worry about and way less things to stress about. Because at the end of the day, we're just being used in the time being until we cannot no longer be used anymore. And then we're put to the side like we don't matter. So I feel like for the people who are like myself, who have always looked at life about, I treat people a certain way, I don't know why they treat me this way, lose that narrative and just start thinking about being your best self and being your best self to others, but most importantly to yourself. Don't let other people take you out your energy, take you out your routine. You gotta be the best for yourself, no one else. Because at the end of the day, them people is not worried about you. Them people that you feel like truly love you and fuck with you, they're not worried about you like that. Some of them are. Some of them are the real ones. There's a select few that are. But for the most part, they're not. People come and go. You meet people in this life, you care for people, and then as soon as you lose contact with them, you never talk to them again. They move on from you. So live life the best that you can for yourself while you have the opportunity to do so. Because no one else is going to make you more happy than yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can try to feel like you're solid to some other people, but just because you're solid to other people doesn't mean they're going to give you the same in return. Doesn't mean they're going to be solid to you. And if you're expecting people to be solid back to you, then that's how you're going to be most disappointed. Because in this world, in this life, that's not what it's about. It's about what you can provide in this life that attracts people. Not just yourself, but what you can provide for them in life that attracts people to you. And when you see that and when you realize that people are not going to be genuine just off the strength of you being you. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, like I said, they are a special individual. But for the most part, understand this. Because I went through it. I understand it. I've been through it. Understand. People are going to do what's best for them. They're going to care about themselves first before they care about your feelings. They may say, oh, what I'm doing affects me and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, they only feel bad at the fact that they are upsetting someone that they said they cared for and loved and was going to be there for. And when things change in life, they don't want to feel like, you know, the bad guy, the bad person. So they want to make it seem like they're really affected by it too. But in reality, they're not. Because at the end of the day, anybody that wants to be in your life is going to stay there. Don't you forget that. Anybody that wants to be in your life is going to stay there. Anything else that they got to say about how much you mean to them and all that, if they're not showing it, they don't mean it. Words are just words. At the end of the day, them actions and how people are really showing you what you mean to them is what matters. So at the end of the day, man, live life for yourself. Live life to be your best self. And don't live life trying to make other people happy or impress other people. Because at the end of the day, people are easily impressed by what you can provide for them. A lot of people will never experience true, genuine love just off the way that this world is. Just off the fact that people love you for what you do and the things you provide more than yourself. So, with all that being said, man, I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to what I had to say. I would really like y'all feedback to hear what y'all have to say about what I brought to y'all today. The information that I told y'all, you know? So, at the end of the day, like I said, man, live life for yourself. Live life for yourself because in the long run, it's going to benefit you the most. Don't worry about how these people are treating you. Just be your best self and be your best self to people. You will be rewarded in the long run. It's not your fault. People are just, they for themselves. So at the end of the day, you can treat them and be genuine to them. But at the end of the day, once you stop being able to benefit them the way that they like you to benefit them, they just going to move on from you. I hope you enjoyed this video, TripleF fam. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all's feedback. And tune in for another video. Peace.